and for the place of the people. They seem to be working in opposite directions. Can this be reconciled?
Actually, I think if I was a politician, this would be a really excellent opportunity, as it were. In the sense that I think our politics was headed one direction, and it reached a point where it was incestuous, where the politics was an end in itself, and the politics was about the politician. And we see that even currently in all these movements, it's all about the politicians and how they get into power. And we are seeing less conversations about what are these principles of governance that we must actually uphold as a country. What are these institutions of governance that we must actually have as a country moving forward? How do we govern, and for what purpose? What is the space of the people? That constitutional moment and constitutional discussion that we had, I think the political class has moved so far away from it that we seem to be interested just in two things: power for his own sake, and then trinkets. And these
shiny toys,
the shiny toys for the populace. And I do think that there's actually an excellent opportunity for forward-thinking politicians to build literally on some of these things that we're talking about. The other day, in fact, we had people talking about ODM being a social democratic party. I was like, yeah, actually, it used to be before you got these brainless characters whose only claim to fame is the positions they occupy in government, and that's what they take back to the people that look here. We have this particular position.
But you see,
yes.
Again, back to Raila Odinga.
Yes.
Now, I would say if you imagine an orchestra, that whole thing with all the instruments, jazz here, piano here, and so on. Raila was capable of organizing that orchestra, and therefore, in his party, being fair to him, there were what you can call bishops.
Yes.
People who are very straight and principled.
Yes.
They were intellectuals.
Right.
Like Anyang and others. Yourself and others being there. I know Peter, Peter Ndege and Adams Law as really the staunch intellectuals of ODM. And those of us in PNU, under Kibaki, and later on at the Jumbiri, were really envying Raila's political capacity. The capacity to have all these groups. And in his group, he also had goons. Serious goons and charlatans. Very serious goons and charlatans. And who were high profile. I remember one of them was really giving us trouble during the Kibaki time. Until we thought we should exile this one out. Then finally, you would have him having these business people, Joe and Joey, very corporate people, sobering.
Yes.
And you'd admire them. He had that capacity to have that, to put that orchestra together. That is the orchestra that is lacking the what do you call him? The person who lead the whole
conductor.
The conductor.
Yes.
So the conductor is gone.
He's missing.
And the orchestra is in chaos.
Exactly.
You can't get anything going.
It's just guys playing drums.
And
it's the drums guys who are saying that the orchestra.
No,
the sax guys.
The big question now is: do we have anybody who is suitable to be the orchestra? I mean, the conductor replacing Raila as the conductor in this orchestra. And there are two people who are coming out.
Yes.
Obviously, Sifuna is to the extreme, but he seems to be more resonating with some majority of the younger, youthful generation. And even the older, like us, those who are in the mid-row, to old, there. And as I said, and I want to conclude with this, the only person who can hold this orchestra together, the best conductor you can have for now, is Ida Odinga.
Now, let me just contribute to that. I think was just penning down a number of things that I think, this institution we're talking about must actually deal with. Of course, we have the issue of the Gen Z and that entire movement. And what exactly were these people looking for and looking at? We had